Okay, so I'm in the back of my car. I decided I wanted to do a podcast in the back of my car, so I have my camera set up um, on this magic arm. This is the setup here. It's literally connected to the passenger seat head thingy, and there's my recorder, and of course my mic. So, yeah, this is kind of cool. And I just wanted to do this for some reason. I don't know why. Although I stepped out of the car for maybe 30 seconds to open the gate because I'm at church. Um, and honestly, it was so hot out there, like it was crazy. Like when I got back in the car, I was like, whoa, what did I just do? It was very, very, it's very hot out here in North Carolina. So yeah, but I guess I'm just coming up here to just give an update, just a life synopsis or whatever you will. I don't know. Today's Wednesday. Earlier this week, I wasn't feeling so well. Meaning like mentally just very down in a sense almost. Yeah, I just wasn't feeling like myself. I was just kind of very tired, a little frustrated, everything in between. But yesterday was really good, and honestly, it brought a lot out of me, something that I needed. And although I was working, it still was very, I guess, therapeutic, whatever, however you say that. It was something that I needed. It was very, I guess, eye-opening in a sense. But basically, yesterday I did some content shooting, but this time I wasn't alone. Um, Most of the time when I'm going to like sites, whether that's like a photo shoot or not a photo shoot or video shoot or whatever for a house, going to houses, it's usually by myself and I'm in the car for 50 plus minutes going and traveling to all these different houses by myself. But this time, I was with Chad, which will be joining Soka Media, the business that I run. He's going to be joining officially probably in like August. He came with me and got some like behind the scenes content and stuff like that. And that was honestly the best feeling. I had someone to talk to while driving. We were just talking about different things, and honestly, it was amazing because first, I've never really had that. Ever since I've started this business and started content and all that, it's just honestly been me solo for the most part, going to these shoots and different things. But with Chad coming and getting content and doing whatever, helping out with content, getting drone footage while I'm doing other stuff, it was just eye opening that this was something that I needed for the business and just for myself in general. So it was very cool to have that. And it gave me a lot of energy. Like I was so energized yesterday that I even worked overtime. Like I was up until like 10:30 editing. And that's something I don't do. Like when I get home, I'm done. Like I'm shut off. So that was something I was able to do because I wasn't as tired. Because usually after those shoots, I'm like tired. So that was very, very, very cool. And we just begin to brainstorm different things, visions, and all these different things for the business. And preparing for me to leave the country for a whole month in a few days, really like at the end of this month. Um, and we're just brainstorming different things. And so that's something I've never really had, and I've almost lacked that community in a sense growing up. So that was something that I like really needed because I am the only child. So I guess that kind of played in it too. I've kind of just always been like by myself, which is totally fine. Like I've gone and grown into that and have enjoyed being alone. But of course, sometimes you want to have friends and want to have people to talk to and do adventures and whatever else. So that was something that I needed. And yesterday really just gave me some energy. Like I was physically working, but I was like getting energy and I was feeding off of that from working, which was absolutely crazy that the way that is. But yeah, and so the other day, because the Apple Watch has like where you can do your mindset each day. And the other day I was very like almost angry, stressed out, tired, confused, wanting to just give up and just be done. Um, and then the next day, Tuesday, it like notified me again about my well-being, and I was very just in a whole different spectrum than the day before, which is crazy. So I'm totally grateful for what's all that's playing out in the friendships that I've encountered. All these like recent friendships have all been through social media or just an in-person conversation, which is so cool that you're able to cater friendships. You're even able to cater a business partnership and stuff without even knowing someone like your whole life. The last few people that I've like met or talked to now on like almost on a regular basis or weekly basis are people that I didn't grow up with, didn't know, and have not known for like 5+ years. And the people that I've known 5+ years, um, it's like a different type of vibe, a different type of connection. And I really love that. So definitely like networking and just gaining new friendships and new community from Instagram or from social media or just in person, whether that's at a coffee shop or whatever. That's something I thrive off of, and I'm feeling the energy from that. I'm a very big like adventurous person, but I'm also very like to myself, and I don't want to be to myself as much anymore because I can create a lot of more friendships if I go out of my way and talk to someone in a coffee shop or whatever. So that's kind of something that I'm working on because I've found that it honestly gives me a lot of energy, and I like that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at this point. Um, Life is great. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing some shoot, possibly a podcast, another podcast episode. Been trying to get some like business stuff that I've always wanted to do off the ground, whether that's like the YouTube channel or the podcast. So trying to get that stuff off the ground, um, and just build out a team. But tomorrow I'm going to be going to Raleigh, doing some more shooting with Chad. So that would be cool. And then Friday I have a personal day. I'm so excited. So I'm going to Ocracoke. I've never been over in that area, in the Outer Banks, any of that area. So this will be my first time going, and we're taking the ferry, of course, because that's the only way you can get over there. But I'm very excited for that because that is going to be so cool. Although I'm not looking forward to getting up at like 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. or something, because we have to be on the road by like 4 to get there at 6. And really, we have to be on the road at like 3:30 because we have to check in 30 minutes before, or they'll like give our ticket away or whatever. So yeah, neither here nor there. I'm not looking forward to that because that's early. It's basically getting up at 2 o'clock, 2:30, 2:45. Um, it's like a 2.5 hour drive, but hopefully it won't be traffic. It shouldn't be traffic at that time. So that's good. But I'm very excited. And the weather over there is much cooler than it is in North Carolina, or not North Carolina, in like Raleigh area. Like this week it's like 90s. Over there it's like 70. Like the high I think is like the high 70s maybe. That's insane. So I'm very excited for that. I'm gonna get away from a little bit of this heat that's coming because the rest of this week is like all in the 90s, which is crazy. But yeah, so that's just a little bit, and I think my audio is actually peaking very, very badly. Oh my gosh, it's peaking so bad. I'm still trying to dial in this like recording and mic and whatnot, but it was definitely looks like it was peaking a little bit. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so that's basically I just kind of wanted to come up here. I've always kind of wanted to do a back of seat podcast, and I was like, why not just do this now and hey, see what happens. So I guess I'll go and edit this maybe. I don't know, but let me know if you have any topics for the Soka Media podcast. This is something that we're going to be doing on a regular basis. I want to do this on a regular basis and just talk about things, different things, whatever it is, mainly related to business, but it doesn't even have to be related to business. And yeah, we'll be talking about just experiences in our like while working. The other day, I almost basically ruined most of my gear because my gear case I was picking up and the gear case was not closed, and some of the stuff fell out, which was very, very just heart-wrenching. It was my second camera, which is I honestly didn't even check it after dropping it, so hopefully it's not like the sensor isn't like shifted or whatever. Hopefully. But yeah, so stuff like that. We'll just talk about different stories and how Chad almost hit a tree with his drone, just stuff like that. It will be like diving deeper into, just giving us, I guess, or just recapping our week as we grow this business, making it full time, doing team outings. I'm telling you, I enjoy community, and I've really grown to enjoy community a lot more this year. And so doing anything that is not related to, like day-to-day life or whatever, just going and doing adventures and different things like that, I thrive off of. So, team outings and maybe even, yeah, like team outings and eventually getting like a office. That's something that I'm so excited for. Stuff like that, like just collabing and just all of that stuff I thrive off of. So I'm very excited for that, for the future. These next, I would say 12 months, I want to look back at this video 12 months from now. So June 19th of 2025, I want to look back at this and see that a lot of stuff that I was talking about and dreaming about has been fulfilled. So hopefully there's been some team outings. We did have our first team meeting last week, and honestly, I was on cloud nine because that was just a surreal moment. But the ultimate, like, whenever we get to the team outings and going to team retreats and going to events as a team, and we have an office, we can give back to the community, we can support community events and sponsor events. That's when I can officially almost retire. Because that's where the passion and the goal is with this business, and definitely want it to succeed in that. I'm so grateful that I did not quit, because at the very beginning of this year, 2024, I honestly wanted to quit what I was doing because I wasn't seeing the traction. I wasn't seeing, um, I don't know, I just wasn't seeing what it was. And no, I wasn't necessarily like trying to rush the process, but there was so many instances where I was getting client meetings and stuff, but there was no like reaction to the offer. And so that just was very discouraging for me. And yeah, January, February, I was really about ready to be like, okay, I don't think this is for me, but I know that this is for me. And I know that I have the drive and the vision for this. Um, but I just, of course, have to have that time and that, just that willingness to just stick it out. And I know God is with me. And so with that being said, after that period of me kind of like wanting to throw it in, God began to move things around. So that's another thing that we'll talk about is background and whatever else, background, how we got here, etc. But yeah, I'm so glad that I didn't throw it in. And I'm seeing the vision slowly come to fruition. And I'm just very excited for the next, year. Like I said, I'm going to look back at this video a year from now and see what has happened, where we're going. I want to get some clients outside of North Carolina, well, outside of like Raleigh area, Raleigh Durham area, which is a potential that we will be having a client in Charlotte. Um, but that'll be for another podcast. But that's the end of this little podcast here. I'm very excited for what all is going to take place. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next episode. Next episode, Chad, hopefully will be on. And we'll just dive into social media and whatever else. So yeah, I guess I'm signing off. Bye.